Hey guys, Justin Bryant here from selfmadesuccess.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how much money you can make blogging. So there's a lot of ways to answer this question. There's a lot of ways to do it. You may be wondering if you should start a blog or if you should keep going with the blog you started. Maybe you're doing well, maybe you're struggling, maybe you're trying to get to the next level. I'm going to go over about 6 or so different blogs, what they do, about how much they make. They're very transparent with their income. These different blogs I'm going to show you, they do income reports and stuff like that for the readers so that they can see exactly kind of how they're doing, and it keeps them accountable, keeps the brand transparent. If you want to see a list of different blogs and how much they've made in 2016 in like a general month, you can check this out on my Pinterest board, blogging and SEO tips, and it has to do with the ultimate list of blogs. There's 53 of them. I pinned it here. Start a Mom blog. Thanks to them for creating this image. But they list, blogs like EO Fire and Smart Passive Income, all the way down to like Blue Eyed Babies and some others, Keeping It Simple, stuff like that. And different varying ranges of income. Some of them make as little like less than $100 a month. Some of them make over $200,000 a month. So I'm going to show you kind of what these sites do. They break it down. I'll show you kind of a review of the different things they do so that you can get ideas for how to make more money with your blog. So the first one I'm going to show you is eofire.com, which is at the top of this list, and they make over $200,000 a month. So if you go to eofire.com, you'll come up here. It is called Entrepreneur on Fire. And Entrepreneur on Fire is the name of their podcast. And John Lee Dumas is the guy who interviews different entrepreneurs about what they do, how they became successful, what they recommend for people, and stuff like that. So you can see they have different resources. They have their podcast, which is one of their main sources of traffic, their blog, and stuff like that. So they have a few courses. They have things that help you convert people to customers. They have stuff about how to create webinars, how to set goals and stuff like that, how to create a podcast. They have premium courses and products. They have like the Freedom Journal, the Mastery Journal, which help you set goals, which help you plan your day and stuff like that. They have Podcaster's Paradise, which helps you create and build a successful podcast like they did and stuff like that. One thing I want to show you here is how they do blog posts. Their blog posts are not traditional. What they do is they take their podcast, they use the Smart Podcast Player, and that was created by Pat Flynn. You can download that for your website, and so you can play the episodes right on the website and listen to the podcast, or you can click here, of course, as well, and read some of the things on here. And they do show notes as their main form of content. You may have seen some of my show notes pages. Some of these they have more in blog format like this one, but others they have just pretty much, a few links and stuff like that, and that's about it. So if you like went to their podcast area and you looked at this one here, this episode in particular, you could click on that and you'll see that, they have at different spots during the episode, you can see, what they talk about, some of the key points, some of the resources and links that they mention and stuff like that. So they use show notes in many cases as their main form of written content. So you could do that. You could start a podcast or start a YouTube channel, and instead of blogging, if you don't like writing, just do show notes like links, subjects you covered, and stuff like that. Another thing they do is if you go to their income reports, which they have up here in the top right corner, you can see a breakdown of what they do, how they make their money. Product and service income is over half of it at over $116,000 a month. That's from the Freedom Journal, which they sell on Amazon and own their own website, the Mastery Journal, which is a productivity journal, and it helps you through, you can buy it through a website or through Amazon. Those two together account for about $22,000 a month. Podcaster's Paradise, which teaches you how to start a podcast, and they have a community for it and everything. Recurring plus new members equals about 35,000 a month, something like that. They have sponsors, so it's another $53,000 a month. People sponsoring their podcast. If you go to their podcast, you'll usually notice that they have people paying them for slots, usually at the beginning of the podcast episode and in the middle. And that is another $53,000. If you want to find sponsors for that, you could go to midroll.com. That's one place you can find podcast sponsors, or just make sure you're easy to contact, because if you're not, like you can see they have a contact section at the top of their website on every page pretty much. You are going to get people that notice your podcast when you're doing well, and they will want to sponsor you and pay you for it. They also sell, books, audiobooks, podcast websites, different courses. Affiliate income is almost the entire other half of their income. Audible, Bluehost, ClickFunnels, mentorship, stuff like that. So they have a lot of individuals that they help with stuff like that. Like Josh Turner, Scott Volker, Brian Harris, Ray Edwards. They have individual courses that they get commissions from for promoting. They have Udemy podcast course that they do. They have Podcasting Press, the smart podcast player that they promote, which helps them play podcast episodes on the blog. Those types of things. So you could go through and get some ideas for different affiliate programs that you could join, like these, like Bluehost, ClickFunnels, and stuff like that. You could also join, the Amazon affiliate program at affiliate-program.amazon.com. ClickBank has a lot of affiliate products. In fact, many bloggers put their affiliate products on here so that they can get more commissions and stuff like that. If you want to sell your courses and stuff like that, I recommend something like Udemy, which allows you to host it on their website and promote it through their platform. And then you can start hosting it on your own website. But you have to make sure people's credentials are secure, their credit card information is secure, and stuff like that. So that's why I recommend you start with Udemy, and then you can convert to like Optimize Press when you want to actually host the course on your own website. They will help you with marketing pages, sales pages, collecting leads, delivering it without having to worry about people finding the link that the course is on and then just getting it for free. This allows you to have permissions and stuff in your website that make it to where only people who have bought something can see it. So that's great for courses. So that's just a few things they've done. Another thing you could look at is like their resource pages. They have their products and a lot of their affiliate programs and stuff like that on there, and that can be a great way to get more affiliate income by having resources that you use and that you promote on a resources page. So you'll see like Bluehost and their journals and stuff like that. But basically, they start with a podcast. They build show notes pages off of that for their blog. They build their own products and sell those, and then they have a lot of affiliate income. So moving to Smart Passive Income, which was second on that list of the Pinterest bloggers. It's been around a long time. It's been around about 9 years now. This is made for 2016, so it's probably been around about 9 years now. And his income has significantly gone up monthly since spring 2016. It was 127,000 or so a month back then. Now it's up over 200,000. In fact, the last month they made even more than EO Fire. So Pat Flynn is very similar. to how EO Fire works. He has a podcast called Smart Passive Income. You can check it out on your preferred podcast platform. And he does a lot of affiliate marketing, and he does traditional blog posts probably more than EO Fire does. He has a YouTube channel. It's not a big priority of his, but he does have it, and stuff like that. So if you were to look at his income report, you can find that in the top right corner, of course. They have stuff like, a lot of affiliate earnings. Aweber is an email marketing platform, and they have Amazon course. They have Bluehost hosting, ConvertKit, Lead Pages, which is like squeeze pages, a platform for that. Teachable, which is a course hosting platform like Udemy. Book sales, they sell some books on Amazon. If you want to do that, you want to self-publish books like he does, go to kdp.amazon.com, which is this page, and you can sell books for 70% royalties on Amazon. So that's another thing that he does. He sells his own courses. Like I said, you could do Udemy. Teachable is good if you want to host your own courses. I recommend Optimize Press or something like that. So he has courses on how to do affiliate marketing and stuff like that. He makes over $120,000 a month from just his own courses. He has niche sites which sell advertising and specific ebooks and products and stuff like the green exam or the security guard training, food trucker, package sales, and stuff like that. Another $4,000 a month. Sponsorships for his podcast. Most podcasts have some sort of sponsors, so that's like the form of advertising that they do through their podcast. And software and apps, he did create the podcast player, and then he has the Pro theme from Studio Press, which is a theme for your blog. So he sells all kinds of stuff. He has a lot of affiliate income. That's basically how the top two blogs on that page do things. He has a resource page as well. If you check this page out, it'll have a lot of his affiliate programs that he uses on here if you want to learn more about those, and he gets a commission from those things. Some of his YouTube videos have affiliate programs or affiliate links in there as well. So you can also find his courses if you want to look at that. What kind of courses he sells. He has 3 of them right now. How to podcast, how to start a winning business from scratch and stuff like that. So that's basically what he does. I mean, he has a podcast. He does traditional blog posts for the most part. He does do like different, podcast notes pages and stuff as well, kind of like EO Fire. But he does do regular blog posts. And if it's a podcast episode, it'll say SPI and then a number, the podcast episode number. So if you were to look at this episode, this is what a page looks like. It'll have just a little bit about it, maybe some links, and that's about it. Or if you want to look at like more of a traditional blog post, you could look at something like this, which is more of a normal blog post and split up into subheadlines and stuff like that, like you're used to reading online. So that's kind of how Pat Flynn does it, and he makes about $200,000+ a month. Next on the list is Making Sense of Sense. They are 4th on the list. At last year, they're around $69,000 a month. Obviously, they're probably making more than that right now. You can go to Making Sense of Sense, that's how you spell it, .com, and see kind of how it works. But they have a blog. They have traditional blog posts. As far as I know, they don't have any kind of podcast. They are more of traditional blogging, how to make money writing, finance, and stuff like that. So if you were to go to the blog, for instance, you could see Michelle Schroeder Gardner is the blogger, and she does traditional blog posts about how to make money, jobs, all kinds of stuff like that, how to save money. And she has ads, so you'll see like ads like this one right here. If you want ads on your website, you want to make some extra money from ads, here's another one right here. You could do AdSense, which is at google.com/adsense/start, which allows you to use Google's ad platform on your blog and put ads on there like she does. That'll make you some extra money per month. The more traffic you get, the more money you make from ads. And if you do it that way, you don't really have to sell anything, but it can just be part of your income, or you could rely on it. But you can't have more than like 3 ads on a page, so keep that in mind. Be careful where you put them. This is a really good spot right above the headline of a blog post. That's a great place to put an ad. She also has, there's a lot of things that she does, like Pinterest, for instance. Pinterest is one of the biggest ways that Michelle gets traffic. She has over 95,000 followers, and you can see that she structures her blog images in a way that's optimized for Pinterest. So to do this, if you want to build a social media presence with your blog, Pinterest is one of the best ways to go. You want to do vertical images like this within your post, like for your featured image, so that when people pin it, you notice that this Pinterest button pops up. When you pin it, she gets the share, people see it. It has her link on there, makingsenseofsense.com, kind of small under the headline. That's what you want to do. You want to brand yourself in every single one of these images by putting your link to your website. And the more you get people to share Pinterest images, the more time you spend on Pinterest, the more traffic you'll get and the more money you can make. So a traditional blog post, this is how she collects emails. Pop-ups are great as well. You could use like, opt-in monster, or you could use ninja pop-ups or something like that, or lead pages to get these pop-ups here. That's how they collect emails. Pretty much any blog is going to collect emails. That's one of the best ways to market. But you'll notice that, when you're on different websites, that was actually Believe in a Budget. I'll get to that one in a minute. But when you're back on Making Sense of Sense, you look at a traditional blog post. Like if you look at this one, 18 Ideas to Simplify Your Life, it's a traditional blog. She has her top post over here on the right side. She has ads. She makes money from different things. Ads. She does a lot of like freelance writing and stuff as well. You can contact her to advertise on the blog. You can contact her for coaching services as well. That's one of the biggest income things that she does as well, is like coaching services. So I would also recommend you do something like, maybe a freelance website like Upwork.com or Guru.com. That's another way you can get more freelance opportunities. I've also done a lot of videos and blog posts on people that pay you up to $200 or more per blog post as a freelance writer. But that's what she does. She does freelance. She has a traditional blog with ads. She gets a lot of traffic from Pinterest, stuff like that. Next, we have Believe in a Budget by Kristen Larson. If you look on this page, she is a little farther down at 7,000 or so per month in spring 2016, and you can tell that she gets a lot of traffic from Pinterest as well. Not near as much as far as followers as Michelle, but she does emphasize it. Obviously, the first 3 blogs I mentioned make a lot more money, so these are going to be some of the lower end blogs I'm going to show you. But just to give some examples of, if you want to make, $5,000 or $6,000 a month, you might do some of the stuff that they're doing. She uses Pinterest. She'll probably build a pretty big Pinterest following if she keeps it up. You'll notice that most of her social media shares are from Pinterest, 59. And that's because they do these images. So you want to have a little text, the title of the post, and then a nice image. Now, it does have her link at the bottom as well, so that people share it, they will see that link and it'll brand her. She does traditional blog posts. She doesn't do like a podcast, type thing where it's just, stuff like, oh, well, I have notes from the podcast and that's it. She actually does regular blog posts. if you look at her income reports as well, you can do that. But she does stress Pinterest. You can follow her on Pinterest, see kind of what she does. She has a lot of different boards about a lot of different things, but she shares her blog posts on there. She also has ads as well. This one, of course, isn't centered in the page very well. You can do that with some simple code. This one scrolls with the page down here. It's another ad. Looks like an AdSense ad. So AdSense, another way that she makes money. You can look at, let's say, her September income report, and it'll have kind of a breakdown. And let's say, she kind of compares it between the last few years. September 2015, $1,500 a month. September 2016, $6,600. So now she's up to about, $20,000 or so per month. This time, about $68,000 in a month. She had, a little bit of ad revenue, $17,000 plus in affiliate income, $50,000 plus in courses and products. Typically, when you sell your own products, you do pretty well. Again, Udemy and Optimize Press for selling products are probably the way to go. You can also do Amazon direct publishing if you want to do stuff like ebooks. But you kind of want to work your way up to actually hosting your own stuff like that. But affiliate income, of course, anytime you mention something, you can have stuff like that in there. She does host on Teachable a little bit, stuff like that. She does, pay a little bit of expenses. So her expenses are very cheap for the most part, considering how much she makes. That's another big part of what you're doing. You want to keep your expenses down. But, she has a course on how to sell on Pinterest. She has some other courses as well. If you can sell your courses, it can be a great way to go. Affiliate income. She doesn't break down exactly every single little thing, but she does do enough to kind of be transparent about her brand. So she does courses and products, which you can see there. Affiliate income, which, you just do with Amazon, ClickBank, and stuff like that. So she's up from $7,000 a month to about $30,000, $20,000, somewhere in there. It varies. Next is jessicagavin.com, and she does more of like a cooking and health type of blog. She was closer to about, $1,500, a little over $1,500 a month back in 2016. And, she has some ideas for how to do something that doesn't have to do with like making money online as the main topic for the blog. So if you want to make money from a blog and talk about like your passion, she's a great example. She has a passion for cooking, and obviously cooking is another thing that does well on Pinterest, especially when you have like pictures that are long and skinny like that. So you might check her out on Pinterest. She's also on Facebook, Google Plus, and all these other ones as well, even YouTube. But she does a lot of recipe posts. You notice she does have some ads like this one on here, which you can get through AdSense, and you could have somebody code it for you, or you could do it yourself. If you wanted to say, look at a random recipe page, this is kind of what it looks like. She has a real big picture of what it looks like, pictures of her through the different steps of making it, stuff like that. She also has a thing where you can print the recipe itself in one page, more ads. She even has the calories and the different nutrition facts about it on there. She's also very good about replying to people's comments, which makes people get closer to your brand. That's another thing. If you can get to that, reply to as many comments as you can. People will love you for it. You'll notice a lot of her shares are on Pinterest. So Pinterest is really growing as a big blog brand. And it is great if you do these long vertical images, like I showed you on Making Sense of Sense and stuff like that, and having like the title of the blog post on there. It can really help you build a Pinterest platform. If you want to check her out on Pinterest, you can go on the side there and look her up. She's got 49,000 plus followers now, so clearly she's a pretty big powerhouse as far as, especially like with food and stuff, that does really well on Pinterest. So if you want to do like baking or food or use your passion but still make money online from it with a blog, she would be a great example of how to make money doing different things. And anytime you reference a product or something like in links like these, that's when you want to use affiliate income. Just make sure you have some sort of disclaimer on your website. You'll notice on mine, I have a disclaimer at the bottom that tells you, hey, there could be affiliate links on this page. Make sure you are aware of that, and that keeps you from, hopefully getting sued in the future, which you do not want. By the way, if you want to start your own blog, I have a page on selfmadesuccess.com under Start a Blog. It says how to start a WordPress blog in 3 steps on Bluehost. So if you need a blog, you can do that. You can do a drag and drop platform, but WordPress is pretty much the standard, and that's pretty much what most of these bloggers are using right now. Okay? So ads, affiliate income. She has her own app that you can get now for Android and iOS. You can find it says Jessica Gavin. You can buy the app. That's another way you can make money. You can design your own app. You could do that with something like appypie.com if you don't want to hire somebody to make your app. And it allows you to just find all of her stuff in one page if you don't want to constantly go to your browser on your phone and do it that way. So sell your own apps, sell your own products. That's a big trend with these blogs. Advertising is big, whether it's private ads on your podcast or advertising through Google AdSense, or also affiliate marketing is a big one as well, with like Amazon, ClickBank, individual products and stuff like that. Last but not least is keep it simple, do it yourself. So that is at keepitsimplediy.com. You'll notice they're towards the bottom on this page here. They are third from the bottom. They were at $70 a month. And that was in their first year. That was in 2016. So clearly they're probably doing a lot better now. If you want to look at their blog income report, you'll notice that they like to track their progress. So let's say you want to look at the October one. They list their goals. She lists, which is Carrie Carter, the person who owns this blog, and she'll talk about how she made a certain amount of money, what she did, the main way she's making money. She's not making as much as a lot of the ones I've mentioned, obviously. Still only making a few hundred a month. They have $37 in expenses, revenue from ads, like, Google AdSense or something like that. It doesn't pay that well. Google AdSense is not something you really want to live on unless you have a business-related blog or something like that. If you're going to do like cooking or something, especially, ads will not make you much money. But you'll notice she has some over here, like sponsored products, sponsored posts. So sponsored posts are like if you have a following on your blog or something, you could go to sponsoredtweets.com and get paid to do a blog post on behalf of a company or do a tweet on behalf of a company and stuff like that. So she does a few of those. You can make more than $20 from sponsored posts each, just depending on how much traffic you have. Some of the ones I've done have been like $50 a piece. So those types of things. Sponsored ads, you want to make sure you're easy to contact. Like Media Kit is what that would be. If you go to Media Kit, that'll kind of give you an idea of, okay, well, you can put your blog, you can put your ad, this is the size, this is what it costs, and stuff like that. You can also find her on Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, but it's just kind of giving you some ideas. Guest posting, of course, is another thing that you can do to, if you want to get people to blog for you, get some people writing for you so you're not having to do every single blog post yourself. You could have people do some guest posting. And of course you want to have certain guidelines for that. But again, tools you want to use if you want to do affiliate marketing like a lot of these blogs do, affiliate-program.amazon.com, up to 10% commissions on pretty much any product you can come up with. ClickBank is great. They have a lot of individuals selling their own products. If you want to start a blog, start one on WordPress. I have a way that you can do this pretty quickly. You can also try Wix or something like that if you don't want to use WordPress. Empire.cred, another source I want to mention to you if you want to build your Pinterest following or your social media following faster, get some shares on your posts and stuff like that. You can share people's content, get points, and then pay points to people to share your content. So it's a free way to build a brand faster. That's at empire.cred. It looks like this. You do these missions, pays you points. You use your points. That's your total up there. Like I have 21 plus million right now. And then you run missions for people to share your own content. So if you need more of social media followers and stuff like that, I recommend empire.cred. If you want to put ads on your blog like a lot of these people do, Google AdSense is a good way to start. Then you can work your way up to like private ads and stuff like that for your podcast sponsorships and things like that. If you want to do like courses and ebooks, I would recommend ebooks on Amazon. They do really well. 70% royalties at kdp.amazon.com. That's where you sign up. It's free to publish. And if you want to sell courses like video courses and stuff, Optimize Press is a great way to create membership sites and courses that you sell on your own website. Just make sure that you have all the information secure. You want to have an HTTPS domain and things like that. And then if you want to sell courses on a site with an established audience, I recommend udemy.com, teachable.com, and websites like that. So that's it for this video. If you felt like it was helpful, please like and subscribe so I can create more videos like this for you. Also, if you want to let me know what you thought about the video or something you want me to cover in the future, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I know others watching would as well. And I'll also get a link to the show notes page in the video description for you. The show notes page will contain all the links that I mentioned, examples, the blogs I talked about, and stuff like that. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was helpful, and I hope you have a great day.